Hello YouTube, welcome back to another episode of The Walking Trade. Now I've been doing hell raids because I'm trying to get the 100% of the game. Like I still got to do the hardcore world version, but I'm thinking of making that its own like little series, but I decided to record an episode in between my hell raids just to say like there's been a new update and I want to show it off before we get any further. Hello, Future Dapper here. Just wanted to come in and talk about a few things I read to talk about in the video before we get too far into it. There was an update kind of in between the latest update and where I ended the recordings originally, and that was a quality of life update with employees now being able to repeat last jobs and security people having a more in-depth security menu here where you can pick what room they're assigned to. You can even choose to have them refill turrets. And that and the service employees now work better when they're here, so customers line up more evenly between the desks. And the fact that it's just a couple of quality of life improvements, those being the main ones there. There was a couple more things, but I don't exactly remember what they were on the top of my head. But yeah, it was just a bunch of simple quality of life improvements that I didn't really go over. You could also have them repeat their last job by right mouse clicking on them, because they'll remember that, and then it just makes it easier for assigning your staff if you already have like your setup for how you're doing your store. But that was all I wanted to come in and say because I knew I forgot to mention that in the last recording. Now, back to past me. So, without further ado, let's really just dive into the game. Now, this latest update did have added 2 new things to the map. That's really about it, but it added a lot of decorations and new recipes and whatnot, so I figured we might as well go over it and do a video on it. So it added the Drop Dead Docks, and it also added the Mobile News Cruise. Now, the Mobile News Cruise, you can use it to promote any item in your store that you're selling. And the reason you'd want to do this is it makes customers come in and buy more of that stock. So, for example, currently in my store, I have like 37 junkware rigs. Why? Because I keep seeing my employees to the same spots, and they keep getting more of these, and I have nothing to do with them, so I just kind of stack them on a pallet and put them out here for customers to come by. And so what I can do in this case then is go to the world map, go, hey, I want to sell all of my junkware rigs. I have way too many of them. Let's say this one, we'll do a campaign length of 2 days, and we can start the promotion for batteries. Right? The other thing they added is if you come over here, Drop Dead Docks. Here you can get you can get contracts, and the contracts will pay out. So we can sell 5 spiked bats, 65 tin beans, 5 fire axes, or 15 rope. Well, I have 15 rope. I could be like, here, take it. I can extend it, disrupt the local market, activate a contract, and sell the required goods. So I could just go, okay, well, I got 15 rope in the back. I grab my shopping trolley here. Just grab a bunch of them. I don't know how many I grabbed because I didn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 rope. Okay, the exact number I needed, actually. That's funny. Well, I already had one up here, but that doesn't matter. I can just sell these to disrupt the market, quote unquote, and I get a reward for doing so, and I get it. Although I should probably not have done it today because today is a raid day, which means I got reduced time, so I might need to extend that one. Ooh, I had 2 more there. Oh, I thought I pulled them all out. My bad. Right now I got my crew cleaning up the parking lot from the raid. They're getting rid of all the bones in the parking lot. I got to go out with the cart to get the last few ones that are out in the road and whatnot, just to prevent any zombies from extra zombies from spawning in on a day that I'm already have reduced manpower because of the raid and Fred dying because he dies every raid. Oop, I had to grab my shopping cart on the way out. God damn it! Move. But yeah, I had to go around the outside of the parking lot to pick up the bones because they don't pick them up from the outside, which I will admit is a little frustrating, but hey, That's how the game works, so that's what I'm going to do. I did activate this in between in the other recordings that I've been doing for the Hell Raids. And what that does is it lets you pull any raid that's been announced forward to the next day. So I've been doing that just to get the Hell Raids done and over with. I'm on Hell Raid 10 is the next one, which is the first achievement I'm going for. We've also managed to get the other 2 achievements in between. But again, those are going to be in that video, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. But yeah, I did notice that since, and I think I've noticed this before in my regular recordings, is that the cleaners don't go all the way to the edges of the fence, and they don't clean outside the fence, which sucks, but there's not much that you can do about that. So I have to drag corpses or items that I want them to pick up into the fence, into specific areas, because you can't have it like basically up here is too far, so you have to pull them in further from there. Kind of wish they would change the radius of the cleaners once they're at max level, but you know, there's not much I can do about that. I mean, I could complain, but honestly, I don't think that was going to change it. And even if they do, I don't really want to be the one to complain about it. Game's good, and I don't really see the need to bitch about something so minor. I'm going to assume this is all the bones. Hopefully they didn't drop any here, because if they don't have a spot to put them on outside, they like to drop them in here. Wish they didn't, thank God. Sometimes I forget to, like, reset that, palette with 1 bone, because I'll get rid of all the bones every Hell Raid, because I might make some bone knives, but after that, it's not really worth it. Oh, I could have done the spike bats contract too. Oh, god damn it. I might do it and then have it extend for a day, just because it's kind of worth it. I might do both and extend both by the next day. Either way, point being, do I get a rug for that? That's not really worth it if you ask me, but yeah. Sell spike bats, get a spike bat. That's, again, not super worth it, honestly. I can see the dual shelving unit being worth it, but again, if I need to, I'll extend it by a day, but we'll see how it goes. Again, it was a raid day. Chances are customers aren't going to buy 15 rope by the end of the day. I would like to check my roof and be on the safe side that there's nothing up there. There's a single bone. You failed me. Alright, let's check the roof real quick. Oh, god damn it. The roof's a bitch to get onto sometimes. I will admit that. Because sometimes this method works. Sometimes it's just like, nah, fuck you. Actually, this isn't going to help you, but if this was some kind of speedrunning tech, it'd be like one of the most inconsistent ones, and it would be the ones they would try to like fix. Like they would try to replace it with a better one sooner rather than later. Like there's a spot you can line it up perfect, but man, do you have to be perfect with it. Oh, fuck it, I give up. I give up. You win. There's a bone up there. It's gonna stay up there. Now we got a first customer here buying 2. Oh, they're buying multiple rope. Oh, good lord. They're buying like 5 rope. That's what we wanted. Get it. Get it. Yes. About 4 rope, huh? Someone bought 4. That person bought 5. Everything's coming up my way. All right. Besides that, I don't think there's really much else for us to do. Just let... Oh, God, a person died on their way out. The devs said that they changed it so that turrets won't fire if you or a worker or a person is in the path, but I don't think that's the case. Every time I've seen this happen, like I've seen people die to the turrets, but it could be they die to the zombies and then the turret shoots the zombies. That very much could be the case, and I'm just seeing them dying, and I'm assuming it's the turrets, which I would wholeheartedly accept as being, you know, my own like negligence. Oh, is this the package for the contract? It is. I got a blue rug. Ooh, how fancy. You know what? This will go in the back. Right there. So fancy. No. I do like the fact that the holding stock kind of encourages you to build like a backstock. Like the contracts encourage you to build a backstock of resources to sell rather than just selling whatever you get your hands on immediately. But that's also risky in the fact that it is going to force you to play a bit riskier with money. So it's like a 50-50, really. And that's why I drag my packages in the back, because of things like this, I can just instantly shred them because I don't use them. I don't know, maybe I should try it. Maybe I should try one, right? Like maybe, just maybe, in the long run, it is technically better than my AK-47s. I don't know. I feel like being stuck in one location to fire is going to be worse than being on the move. You know what I mean? I accidentally detached it. That was not what I meant to do. I meant to do this so I could see how far it goes. It doesn't go super far to either side. Okay. I have to replace that somewhere else, I think. Oh shit, close this door, close this door, close this door. I just saw what time it was. Oh my god, I could not have timed that better. Holy shit. Actually, I don't use explosive barrels. I shred them. That's something else I've been doing. I've been shredding every explosive barrel to get gunpowder and metal scraps for making ammo. Because I need a ton of ammo for all my turrets out there. Oh my god, that was almost bad. But yeah, that's the two new things they added to the game. They did add a lot of cosmetic items and a lot of a lot of cosmetics, and they added like that one recipe to the game. So I have kind of a spoiler of what it's going to be, only because people have been asking about it in the Discord. I'm assuming people have like data mined and figured out what the new weapon's going to be, and that's why they know exactly what it is. I'm not going to spoil it right now, but I have an idea of what it is. So let's go ahead and clean up our shop and clean up our back room, because yeah, we got a ton of this stuff back here. Alright, get these bones, because these got to go in the shredder. And then we can collect the rest of this. And then I will probably pause recording and come back once I've got the shop set up for us to start the next day. Now, usually I would skip to the next raid, because like I said, I've been doing the hell raids mostly. But because this is a new update, I kind of wanted to show off the features of the new update. Don't tell me I've maxed out the pallet. You can max out a pallet? I didn't know that. It can only hold 40. Oh no. That's good to know. I didn't think you could actually max this out. But yeah, we'll be right back. Go to bread. And this is the next day. Again, I'm making a killer profit. As you can see, I got 80-something thousand batteries. Batteries are not a thing for me, like not a big concern for me. Yep, listen for the next hell raid. It's going to be in 4 days. But by the time that hell raid comes, that should be the ending of this recording anyways. Alright, fireworks, which you either shred or sell. We got more explosive barrels to shred, and what else? But yeah, I say this, and you might be surprised, like, oh, but you have so much scrap metal and gunpowder already, why do you need to shred them? Because I have gone through and actually emptied my entire scrap pile before. Like, that was at, like, almost 200, and I've ended up having to use all of it to make ammo. So, it may seem a bit over the top. It's not. This is exactly how much I need. A reason I got an employee going in morning bread is because I use the homemade antibiotics as a recipe to sell. Not recipe to sell, but as like a I use it as a crafting recipe that I make a ton of for selling purposes. Got anything I need? No, because you were originally my first aid kit box. Because I like having them for the raids. Alright, we're going to finish cleaning this up. We'll get our employees to start today because I forgot to do this last night. I'm glad they made the good meat able to be picked up and stacked on a pallet, because that was a weird thing from what I saw when people were playing the game, is that you couldn't pick it up, which, hey, it's good, in fact, if you want to leave the meat there piled up. But for me, I was like, I need this as, like, I like having a stack on a pallet to know how much I have. I mean, is it just a gun left? Yeah. Yeah, double checking. And we are just about ready to start the day as soon as I place that down and send our employees out. All right. You're stacked up in a weird way today. I don't know why, but you are. All right, world map. We're going to go in here. We're going to see what we have here. Wooden spears for a skull. A timeless classic and a post-apocalyptic interior design. I don't want to sell 30 spears. Ugh. They're a pain in the ass to sell, if I remember correctly. Let's reroll. See what we get. Skull wall art. Framed smiley face. Green sofa. That's not a green sofa, you lie. That's a hanging plant, obviously. Again, none of these are really what I want to sell. Anyways, sell 50. That's what it is. It's a bone revolver. I wasn't going to say it, but it's popping up now. It's a bone revolver. 35 wine, 60 canned beans. Oh, they finally added lights. Yes. I'm looking for the bone revolver recipe, if I'm being honest. Modded nail gun, saw blade. So many batteries, it's not a big deal. Painted skulls. Bone revolver, there we go. 127.62 ammo. I could take that one. Got 3 days to do it. That's perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. While I don't think we have that much 7.62 ammo to sell, getting it isn't super hard. And if I have to, I can always make some, right? Like, yeah, we got 24. In fact, just to guarantee it, I will make, I don't know. What? Huh? It wouldn't let me make it. What the fuck? I don't know. This game's weird sometimes. It's early access. Plus, that ammo, if I remember correctly, was one of those recipes where it was like, it was something I had already unlocked, but it was wonky in the fact, or it was like something I was going to unlock, but it was wonky in the fact that when I tried to see what it was, it kept saying it was a different ammo type. Or it was whatever the last thing I clicked on was. Oh shit, they put my guard back. Fuck you. Alright. People should buy that. So we shouldn't have to worry about it. No, I didn't want my metal scrap going up there. Fuck you. I thought you was, ammo. God damn it. Am I getting the recipe or am I just getting the revolver? I just thought about that. I think I'm just getting a revolver. Son of a bitch. Oh, well. We're here now. We'll see how the day goes. I do want to see what traders have for available now. Oh. Oh, yeah. New feature. New feature. Where's my plant? There it is. We can now secure the plants finally. Look at that. The one thing I've been asking for. The one of a million things I've been asking for. We got bandages back here so I can restock them. That's right. Because these sell like hotcakes. And we're going to do what I do every time I run the shop in between raids. Craft a bunch of bandages, craft a bunch of antibiotics, craft some ammo, and we'll be happy. Mind you, every time I do this, I craft like 4,000 ammo or more, and I always end up with barely any left over after the raid because that is how much is needed to go through a hell raid and a day or two of shop. It is ridiculous how much ammo I need for all these turrets. And I feel like these turrets are still not enough because they're just too weak. That bread just went through the table. Oh, God. That bread is lost. I almost freaked out. I thought I didn't take my drug today, but I did. Better reset the timer, though, is the whole thing. I did. Fantastic. ADHD is a bitch. It makes you forget that you took your drug that stops you from forgetting things. Oh, the irony is never lost on me. Why does the bread keep phasing through the table? This is bothering me so much. Oh, first bit of ammo has sold. That's fantastic. We're up to 48 already. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't be long. Got any medicine to spare? No, I'm sorry. I got no healing items at all. I wonder if he fixed that issue with the cure. There's a weird glitch, and I had to test it because I like testing weird bugs and glitches, if that's not obvious. Got so turned around for a second. Nice. Got a nice backstock of that going. I need to make more bandages too, but that's the later problem. I'm trying to hold off because people will buy all that, but they barely buy any ammo. Exotic merchant is here, which means I can go ahead and buy some of the more expensive. Oh my God, you're the second person coming asking for medication. Here. Take it, get out of my face. Cool, I'll get 2 gifts in the morning. Fireworks. Don't you do it. Yeah, I try to keep up with the packages because they just like to knock them all around if they're left out there. Which does get a bit frustrating after a while. Like I've found packages way out there. I mean, I've recorded it before, obviously, but I found them way out in the fucking road, and I'm like, how did this end up out here? It's because customers come in and out, and they push the packages, and then you got the crew dropping off packages, then running into them and pushing them out to the road. Shit like that happens. Oh, contract complete. Reward has been delivered. I also make a ton of Molotovs, too. That's my other go-to recipe, because I have way too many whiskeys and way too many cloths. as well as beers. I got 134 beers, I got 281 cloths, and I got 134 whiskey. Like, I am not hurting for any specific component. Alright, let's see if it's just the bone revolver or if it's the recipe. I'm hoping it's the recipe, but... It's the recipe. Yes! Yes! This is what I'm talking about! Sidearm pistol and a large bone. It deals 75 damage, which is slightly less than a pistol. Its fire rate is slightly slower. Its clip is lower. But it's got double the range. For additional range stability. Okay. And less recoil, I presume, then. I mean, I can always double check. I should have a pistol somewhere around here. I mean, I always have a bunch from raids and gifts and shit. Am I actually out of pistols? Wow. My shop's almost empty today. I guess that means I gotta open a couple of these packages out here so they can easily stock whatever it is. No, not the wine or the barrels. Please, not anything about those. Those are actually useful. Crush. Nah, it just means I gotta make more goods to sell. I mean, I do have a pistol in my inventory. I just don't want to... I just didn't want to drop it to check. Item details. 8. Yeah, so it's got... Oh, no, it's got double the damage. It's got damn near double damage. Oh. Oh, shit. I might make one. I mean, I assume it takes bones, which I don't have any of right now, but... That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. God, my nose is itchy. Damn beard. Or damn mustache, I should say. More whiskey. Yay. I'm going to sell some of that, probably. All things considered, that's more than likely what I'm going to do is just sell the whiskey, sell the... The game's so buggy, man. There was someone who like had the idea of maybe you could upgrade the service desk to have a basket return area, which I think that's a fantastic idea. But yeah, I usually just buy 3 of these. I can buy... I don't want to buy all the ammo, realistically. Like, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I do it as like a, I need ammo to shred to make more ammo with type situation. Hold on, what am I... This one is the barrels and whatnot. So, here, we're going to go buy these. This is the back room stock, so we're going to throw this in the back. I don't want to sell the health kits. Or the barrels. I kind of wish you could sell things like the barrels or the explosive, like the remote explosives. But because they're base defense, you're not able to, which is kind of silly if you ask me, but what can you do about it? And then just go through my usual thing of buy out every weapon he has for stock. I like buying the chainsaws as backroom stock, but I'll buy them here this way. It's just easier. And then going, ooh, new package. Let's just open it here so my crew can go collect everything. And put it on the shelves. Stuck on my chart. Dead customer. Dead customer. Oh, God. Oh, no, yours is corpse. Never mind. Not a dead customer. I lied. I lied. I don't think anybody's buying the fucking junkware rigs, man. What the fuck? I promoted that shit and they ain't fucking selling for shit. I'm mad. Alright, let's clean up all this stuff. like I said, I'll do my usual, clean this stuff up. I might play a few rounds of this Dr. Gibbs wheel and then start the next day. Oh, I'm full. Like, why can't I pick anything else up? What's going on? Oh, come on. If it doesn't go on that pallet, don't let me just throw it on the ground. Actually, I am going to, before we do that, I'm going to take a full cart's worth, and I'm just going to put these on the shelves real quick. Just because it's nice having other things to sell. And I should look into contracts that are longer than a day. But yeah, I'll look into that next. But we got the last recipe we needed to get from there. There are, like I said, new collectibles. Or new shop decorations. As well as some new, if I remember correctly, new shelving types. So, yeah, we're going to hop into the next day. We'll be right back. All right, and we're back. I decided to, just before I start the next day, I was going to go over what I did craft and while I was restocking shelves. I crafted so many bandages, so much ammo, bandages, antibiotics, and Molotov cocktails, just so I could fully restock my shelves. And like I said, I figured I could talk about it. So there's 86 bandages I crafted. I'm going to keep some of them back there just as like back stock, just in case. Granted, I'm sure I'm not going to fill my shelves completely, but this will get us a decent chunk of the way. I crafted more than 44 antibiotics because there's already some I already put out on the shelves. And I crafted like triple that in Molotov cocktails. So yeah, we are going to be fully stocked on this stuff for a while, as well as having plenty extra. Just stick it in between those bandages there. That doesn't matter. And then we have 90 Molotov cocktails plus some I've already put on the shelves, as well as over 6,000 ammo. I think that's going to be enough to refill my turrets. The reason I do that way is because I've noticed that the employees kind of freak out with the new feature of you can ask them to restock the turrets. But if you ask them to restock the turrets and you leave the ammo on the workbench, they tend to kind of bug out a little bit and act like I get stuck in this wall over here trying to grab it from the workbench. So I tend to make a bunch, put it on a pallet, and then have them restock afterwards. Granted, I'll do most of the restocking either way because they are very slow with their restocking and it's not super worthwhile. So unless you do it like for like, unless you're doing like if you're doing the hell raids, it's not really worth it if you're just gunning the hell raids down like I've been doing. But it can be worthwhile on an average day. Like your average playthroughs, I think. So like 4 days in between raids. It'd probably be more than worth it then. Oh my god, I am running low on space. Like, there's plenty of open spaces over there. In fact, I think they're more likely to buy them off of the standard shelves. The reason I don't want them on the shelves is because you can only put one down per like top shelf and two in the bottom shelves. Why is there? These employees don't make no fucking sense, man. It must have been when I ran out of metal scrap in the back, because like for some reason the employees will put the metal scrap, they'll put whatever's on the shelf when there's no place in the back for it. But yeah, we'll be right back. Sorry about that. Got a phone call as I was explaining things, so yeah, let's get back into that. I was walking around while I was talking on the phone. The only thing I like to do sometimes is just drag these corpses a little further in, just to let my crews clean them up while I wrap up the night. But yeah, for the most part, I've done all the restocking I wanted to do. Got the crafting I wanted to get done. I mean, hey, that's some free weapons that we can sell. That's fine. I don't always like clean these up because like there's this one up here that's almost always beers, and I don't need beers like that. Going up down those stairs so many times though, I won't deny it's a bit of a workout, and I had to go upstairs to go help out with something too. So I had to step away from the game. That's why I ended up pausing it. But yeah, as you can see, our crews don't clean up corpses that are like the very boundaries of the place. So I always end up having to drag them in if I want them to clean them up after a while. Which I might end up stopping like halfway through the cleanup and just starting the next day. Because, again, it's not like I desperately need anything specifically unless I'm trying to get the like selling, like the selling for the contracts, and that's really about it. But yeah, I like doing it just because you get some gunpowder, some ammo, some beer, things like that typically. I like that this rug is like a ledge technically. Kind of bothers me, but oh yeah, and then I got those from the meat spins, so I meant to stock those on the shelves too, but that's okay. They'll sit back here. I need to have one as a backup for when mine eventually is about to break. And yeah, we're just about good to start the next day as soon as they are done putting everything away. Trying to think where I put my shopping cart. Did I leave it outside? I might have left it outside. I did. I was going to help them with the cleanup. But yeah, like I said, we are at a point. Again, the game is, there's not a lot of late game content to it besides the hell raids, which is why I was going back and doing the hell raids on a separate playthrough. Not separate playthrough, but a separate recording as just one big recording. So we're not, again, there's not like a whole lot like you got to worry about besides that. But I wanted to show out the contract, and I wanted to show off, well, how far my shop has gone since the last time I've showed it off. Why? Because I'm allowed to be proud of the humble little shop what started off as a humble shop and is now this masterpiece, you know? Ooh, that's 9mm ammo. We don't. Okay, let's see what do we got. All right, just stuff that I usually sell. Okay. Okay, I guess that's what's going on there. I wasn't going to do that. And those spikes can go on there. Fantastic. As we can see, our shop is mostly stocked, and these people are going to come out here. They're going to collect the remaining junk to clean it up. But again, I'm just going to help them just because I want to save a little bit of time. Let them grab those last 2 items, and then I'll... Alright, so let's double check what I had on me. I could sell some of the beers at this point, and I'd be perfectly okay to do so, honestly. Oh, I didn't miss one more lootable. A single 9mm. I'll take it. Screw it. I'll take the 9mm ammo. It's not like I'm desperate to sell it. I think we're just about done with the cleanup. Oh, they're going out to collect something. What are you collecting? Worn cloth. Fantastic. But I think that, yeah, that is the last item they need to clean up, and we can start the next day. We're honestly not looking terrible. Oh, I did update the back here. Like, we got the carpets. I was kind of hoping to make it look a little better, but that's just where we're at. And then you saw me come back here before, but these are ones that I found out when you use the shredder or you get a duplicate from crafting. They just stick around. They don't expire the next day like they're supposed to. So, and I was testing, and these are results of the test of like, these ones were ones that I got from crafting. These are the ones I got from shredding. And they just kind of stick around past the next day like they're not supposed to. But we're going to go to bread and see what we get. I say reputation is usually around 100. And we got 90,000 batteries. Like, again, batteries are never going to be a problem once you get to this point in the game. Those are going to be a consistent thing. All right. Oh, also, if anything ends up in the shop or under the windows, the employees don't collect it, which is kind of frustrating. We have plenty of wine. We don't need any more of that. We don't need any more of you. Oh, sidearm pistols. I actually want to, before I get my, because I was gonna do all this and let my employees pick it all up to put away on the shop floor, but I do want to keep the sidearm pistols as a crafting item. And I might have one of them shredding bodies today, just so we can get more bones. So let's grab this, and this. We still have plenty of the whiskey, so I'm not worried about having those put back here. I want to make sure they're available for sale. They are. So yeah, that means they'll go ahead and put those ones on the shelf. And then the only thing we have to collect then is the wine and the explosive barrel. What's up, boo-boo? Yeah, I still have no idea where you would put it. Go, Eden.
And I found it.
It was down there?
Yes.
Behind the chair. Okay. I looked at the...
Behind the chair, it was on the bed.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like, it was like back here.
Yeah, it was the day that I brought that one.
Yeah. Okay. I looked on your desk. I didn't see it on there. I looked over here towards the table. Looked on the table. Didn't see it there. It was behind that bag, wasn't it?
It was behind my flowery bag.
Yeah, I'm saying behind like the Walmart bag.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it past that. So that's where I was like, it's not in here. Okay. Walked away.
You're good.
No, I was just explaining it though. And there we go. We're all set up to start the next day. So we're going to go ahead. Actually, we're going to assign them to refill the turrets up to 1,200. And we're going to start this day. Let our employees do the running arounds and whatnot. And we're going to check out the world map. And we're going to see what we can get. Bar stools, red long rug, flower pots. I mean, might as well get this just for the... Since we had the Molotov cocktails. Right? We're going to sell those anyways. I still want to promote the junkware kits because we have so many of them. Long promotion. 3,000, 2 days. Yeah, that's perfect. But yeah, like I said, we're open for the day. We are good to go. I want to see. Hold on. How far down does this go? This goes pretty far down. Okay. Boy's going to start restocking that one anyways. I might move that to either being further back here so I can just... But I don't know. I'll decide that I'll probably move it when it's like the day that we're going to do it. There's so many bats back here. Got this bear trap that I'm never going to use. I could scrap it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Ooh. My stocking employee, I want you to stock, yes. But yeah, we're just going to kind of let the day run by. But yeah, I started crafting with like over almost 200 of each, I want to say. Or it was like almost 100 metal scrap and almost 200 gunpowder, if not over that. And you can see where we ended up with like the ammo afterwards. Okay, I wanted to set one of my cleaners to be shredding bodies today. You're going to be my shredder. I did assign it, right? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. People are buying the junkware kits. Thank God. Why is my hand shaky? What the fuck? I don't know what's going on. My hand is extra shaky today. I'm just gonna restock what they've bought. God damn. Every time I put one down, they're going to buy more. Okay, cool. Never mind, I'll leave them on the pallets then. Our stock, it's so good. The only thing I'm worried about is they might not buy Molotov cocktails because of the one, but again, it's a 10-day thing. Like, I'm not that concerned about it. I kind of do get upset, though, that the employee is so slow about stocking the turrets. Unless I bring my sniper employee down and have them stock when things are slow, it's not really worth it. Like, I could do a faster job myself. But if you're doing, like, 4 to 5 days in between raids, so you're doing the full raid timer, I guess it works out in the end. But considering I tend to do just, like, every single... Like, I try to push it as to the next day if possible. Gotta stop dropping my cart in the back here. It's fucking me up. Huh? Huh? Cart? Oh shit, there's a... There's a person like, please help me, I'm dying. And I'm just like running away like, no. No. You get no help from me. There you go. Take it and leave. Oh, I put it right... I gotta stop putting it in spots I forget. Yeah, we already sold half of the Molotov cocktails. I knew there really wasn't much reason to be concerned about it, but, like, I can't help it. I'm always going to be concerned about it. Yes, 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 I know. My cart is full of beers, too. Like, I need to clean up that pile of weapons. Although, I saw somebody on the, like, Discord for the game. I saw what they did with their shop, and I thought that was super cool for, organization purposes, is they've used a bunch of flimsy shelves back here. Like, they did, like, a line across and blocked off, like, half the, back room just for, like, that's how they did their pallets. And then they had, like, basically the walls lined, and they had a couple in the middle. I thought that was really cool. And then they did that same thing on the opposite side. And then their back wall was lined with flimsy shelves that stored a bunch of products that I assume couldn't go on a pallet. Which, I think that's actually a really cool way of, like, stocking it. And I'm like, that's actually pretty smart. Keep wanting to press F because that's, roadside researches. But, buddy, you're good. Oh, the quest is already done. Oh, I got a stool. Wow, I don't know what to do with this, honestly. You know what? It was stuck on me. Help! We all know what that's for. It's for sitting and enjoying the TV. Speaking of which, I need to reset that. Yes, we're starting to get bones again. You know what that means, boys? Oh, I don't have enough yet. I still need 2 more. Fuck. My God. Who's got this one? Yes, the right employee. Yeah, I'm trying to handle most of this, like, cleanup myself, but, like, another thing you could do is something I do sometimes, or I did it once, but it fucks up your like pre-selected shifts, so you have to make sure to set them back before the end of the night. Is what I do is at the end of the night, after I close the shop, since my shop isn't a like I have it pause time at the end of the, like, when the shop's closed. What you could do is you could change your employees' jobs to being cleaners So your standard employees, who otherwise aren't just who are just going to be sitting around doing nothing at the end of the night, you can set it up so they're putting stuff away. So they can help with, like, so when the other employees are cleaning up, they can also put stuff away as they're, like, dragging the dead bodies away, right? Because they search the bodies, drop all the loot on the floor, and then those employees can then pick up the loot and put the loot away, saving you, like, half the time it usually would take. But again, that's kind of a, I don't know. I feel like it's not worth it. Also, somebody in the Discord, a couple people actually mentioned, like, setting up so that the employees can grab stock off of pallets. And I think that's a fantastic idea. And somebody even recommended a proper way of doing it, being that you could have it so that you could, like, press F on a pallet and employees will come collect things off of that pallet to put on a shelf. And then you could press F on a shelf to have, like, a specific item in your hand being what they throw on that shelf. And I'm like, that is a fantastic idea, especially for people who are, like, really wanting their shops to be a specific setup. This is a tier 1 recipe. I feel like it shouldn't be. Also, how does this make sense? You literally just taped. This doesn't make sense. You taped a bunch of bones to a revolver. I love it. And I love that it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna drop you. Whoopsies, I pressed the wrong button. Let's make a couple of these to sell, because A, they sell for more, I believe. Right? Oh my god, stop it. 250, yeah. Also, I want to have one in here as a backup. Like, it's always nice to have one that you can use for your own purposes. God, my hand's so shaky today. What the fuck? Back up for me. One for the shop floor. Now I just gotta put 10%. Oh god, it's 10 o'clock at night. Sorry, boys, we're closing up for the day. Oh, man, I don't know what's going on, man. My hands are extra shaky, though. How we looking? Auto minigun is fully stocked. That auto minigun's stocked. That auto minigun's stocked. You're getting there. But again, this is why I like having... This is why it's a good thing if you're doing it with a couple days to spare before the next raid. Because then your employees will actually start putting them away properly. Or probably stocking them. God, there's so many bodies in the woods this night. I figure we'll go through this night. I'll pretty much run you through what the basics of what I do is. Granted, I can't craft the ammo now because I got the employees stocking it. And they will try to stock it from the workbench and get stuck. That's not a joke. That's literally what's happened to me like 2 or 3 times. And the only way to fix it is to get them to the next day. Because even if you take the ammo from them or you reassign their job, they still will be stuck there. So the only fix is to start the next day. And then that'll reset them to the front of the store. So yeah, you really have to have the stuff you want them to stock on a pallet. It's a pain, but it's how it works. I want to know how much my AK-47 does. Do I still have one on stock? Because it's got a huge fire rate, and that's what really makes it, you know, an extra good weapon. The problem is I almost never have any in stock. It does 24 damage at 0.1 fire rate. Like, and we wonder why it's so good, like, let's be real, it's amazing at its job. Got 19 of these left. That's not too bad. Obviously, I don't need the good meat, which is why I was not having them shred the body. And having the bones back there is kind of detrimental because it stops, or causes more zombies to spawn in. Which, if you're looking to get a ton of good meat, is good in that aspect, but otherwise, you're kind of, like, limiting yourself. Or you're, like, creating more of a problem for yourself, especially if customers start to die out there. I just wanted to have extra bones for, crafting purposes this time. Where did I put that pallet? It was this one. Yeah, that's right. I used all the bones on it. Yeah. But yeah, even at like 15 of play, I cannot get rid of that meat quick enough anyways. But I figured I could make like 2 as backups and then the rest should just go on the shop floor anyways. Like, realistically speaking, this is more than enough. Because I'm willing to bet, though, that like all the other crafted weapons, it's got very low durability. Like, it doesn't specify it. But if I had to take a wild guess, it's got low durability. Which tends to be the case with crafted weapons. Like, for example, the saw launcher is pretty low on durability. Like, my AK-47 has taken almost no damage the entire time I've used it. But the saw launcher gets like halfway, and I barely use that one. And this is the second time I've had to, like, outright replace the saw launcher. And now my fur beast is angry and yelling at me. Like I said, I'm willing to bet, though. Because, like, yeah, saw launcher is a third of the way done. My AK's barely been touched, and I use that way more. So, take that as, you know, take it as you will. I think the saw launcher is the more damaging weapon. Also, here, this is a weird bug. It's not counting the ammo the employee's taking. Sometimes. Which is really bad because, yeah, then I gotta reload the game to get it to count what they've taken off the pallet. Figured I'll just help them stock up these remaining turrets. But yeah. Alright. We're just gonna start the next day after I know they've finished. I'll help with the last couple turrets over here. Here, 1200. I don't want to pick up too much of the ammo because it's gonna glitch out this cart. I know it is. So I'm like avoiding it like the plague. Amber, what are you doing, Amber? Yeah, the employees are buggy. Especially with the stocking and whatnot. They're super buggy. That's why I don't like using it. So I'm probably going to, as soon as I see my cleaners are done for the day, I'm going to... This one's full. Why are you... Ma'am. We're just... No, we're done. We're done with that. You'll go relax. It's a great feature. It is. The employee is just really dumb. Why are there stacks of 4 at that? Huh? That can't be right. It can't be. It's not. Okay. It's a standard ammo size. I was really concerned there that they somehow stacked 4,000. I think that's what's causing the glitch on the pallet then. Okay. But yeah. I'm going to probably pause recording. Or I'm going to go to sleep after they're done cleaning up. Pause recording and put my character to bed. Okay, they're done cleaning. Yeah, we're gonna go to bed. And then I'm going to restart the game so I can hopefully fix that ammo. Alright, be right back. And we are back. It seems to have fixed the pallet. Hopefully. Yeah, I can take the ammo normally. Thank God. I just ended up, like, going to the menu and restarting the game that... Like, not full reset, but, like, a... Pretty basic. Like, just go to the menu, come back to where you were left off at. Like, reload the game. Again, I just... I like that the employees can help out... That the security employee can help out with restocking the shirts. I don't like the fact that it's super buggy. I get it's a new feature and it needs... And the developer needs to work on it. There have been a lot of people reporting a lot of these bugs already, so I don't think it's really worth my time to go out and report them. But all things considered, it is pretty frustrating that I have to constantly, like, keeping an eye on them, or I have to do it myself. We're at 59 minutes anyway, so we're actually going to go ahead and end the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw here and you want to see more of it, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out. Without further ado, have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever, and bye-bye.